Hello friends, good morning. So I welcome you all into this new class. And the last class we talked about the advance of monsoon and the withdrawal of monsoon. So the advance of monsoon starts by month of June and the withdrawal takes place by the month of October, November. Till that time, certain parts of India receive rainfall, especially the southern part, it receives more rainfall. Now, because of this rainfall, or because of this monsoon, we can say we have different seasons as well. So let us see in this class which are the seasons that we experience in our country. So we can mainly say there are four seasons. So we'll see one by one the different seasons that we are experiencing in our country. You can take your textbook, page number 31, the seasons. The seasons. So the monsoon type of climate is characterized by distinct seasonal patterns. So this monsoon type of climate that we experience in our country, it has got different patterns, different seasonal patterns. The weather conditions gradually change from one season to the other. So there is a change, complete change. From very hot, slowly it moves into very cool. So there is difference of season is there. And these changes are particularly noticeable in the interior parts of the country. So in the interior parts, in the central part of the India, these changes are very much noticed. Some places it may not be much noticed, especially in the coastal regions. There may not be much difference in the temperatures or in the climates. Winter or summer, somewhat it remains same. But in the middle of the place where we move away from the sea, that is in the middle of India, interior part, there the temperature or the climate change is very much noticed. And the coastal areas do not experience much variation in temperature, though there is variation in rainfall pattern. So the temperature remains same, especially the area of this coastal region, but the rainfall is different. Some areas gets more rainfall, some places get less rainfall, but the temperature remains more or less same throughout the coastal areas. So how many seasons are experienced in your place? So in your place, how many seasons are experienced? So here in Ziro, the winter is experienced more, isn't it? The winter, then the rain is often throughout the year we get. Then the summer is very short, isn't it? Summer season is very short. So let's see what are the seasons other parts of India experience. So four main seasons can be identified in India. How many seasons? Four seasons. We have four seasons in India we can experience. So what are they? The cold weather season. The first one is the cold weather season, or we call it winter. Then second one is the hot weather season. We call it summer. And the advancing monsoon season, from June onwards, the monsoon is advancing, coming inside. That is called monsoon season. Then another one is retreating. So by August, September, by October, it starts retreating. So that is called retreating season. So these are the four seasons that we experience. But throughout India, it may not be same. From region to region, there can be differences. So that you keep in mind. Though we say there are four seasons we experience in our country, everywhere it is not same. Throughout India, it is not same. From region to region, there will be some differences will be there. So that only keep in mind. But in general, we can say these are the four types of seasons that we experience in our country. Now let's see one by one. First one we said the cold weather season, that is winter. the winter season, the cold weather season. So the cold weather season begins from mid-November in northern India and stays till February. So the northern part of India, the winter starts from where? They are starting from mid-November. So it is starting from November half and November, and it remains till February. So November to February. That is the duration of winter season that is experienced in our country. Then December and January are the coldest months in the northern part of India. So it starts in November and ends in February. So between that, the months of December and January, that is very cold in the northern part of India. The temperature decreases from south to north. So the temperature is decreasing from south to north. So the south temperature is high, and as we go from south to north, the temperature is decreasing and decreasing. So south it is high, north it is low. The temperature is reducing as we move towards north. And the average temperature of Chennai on the eastern coast is between 24 degree to 25 degrees Celsius. So the average temperature that we experience in the southern part, that for example in Chennai, it is 24 to 25 degrees Celsius. While in the northern plains it ranges between 10 degree to 15 degrees Celsius. See the difference? In Chennai it is 24 to 25, but in the northern side it becomes 10 to 15. It is very low. Days are warm and nights are cold. So during this winter season, days are warm and the nights are very cold. That is a feature of this winter season. I hope you experience. During the day there is sunshine, you feel warm. Not very hot, but you feel warm. And in the night when it comes, you will be under the blanket because you feel very cold. Then frost is common in the north, and higher slopes of the Himalayas experience snowfall. So during this winter season, the northern part of India experience frost on the ground. There will be frost. It will all look white, everywhere look white. And if you go towards the North Himalaya, you will find snowfall is there because the temperature is very low. Therefore, precipitation, the rainfall, instead of rainfall, snowfall is there. And during the season, the northeast trade winds prevail over the country. So during this winter season, what wind is there? Northeast trade wind is blowing. And they blow from land to sea, and hence for most part of the country it is dry season. So these trade winds during this winter, they are blowing from land to sea. So it is not from sea to land, but from land to sea. So the wind is moving away from land to sea. Therefore it does not bring any moisture to the country, but it brings only dryness. So throughout this season, the North India remains dry. There is no chance of rain. Then they blow from land to sea, and hence most part of the country it is a dry season. And some amount of rainfall occurs on the Tamil Nadu coast from these winds as they blow from sea to land. So in the northern part it is blowing from land to sea, therefore the land experiences, or the people experience, very dry climate. But towards the north, towards the south, in the Chennai, it is not blowing from land to sea, but from sea to land it is blowing. Therefore Chennai experiences certain amount of rainfall. So they have certain amount of rainfall from this trade wind, but not for north, it is for south. And in the northern part of the country, a feeble high pressure region develops. So because of this wind during the winter season, there is a very feeble high pressure region develops. So very feeble, not very strong, but a high pressure region is developing. Then with light winds moving outward from this area. So because of the high pressure developing, the light wind is moving out from this area. Influenced by the relief, these winds blow through the Ganga Valley from the west and the northwest. So because of this high pressure, there is a wind blowing, and how it is blowing? It is blowing from which place to which place? It is moving towards this area, and it is moving through the Ganga Valley. It is moving through the valley, Ganga Valley, and where is it reaching? From the west and the northwest. And the weather is normally marked by clear sky, low temperatures, and low humidity and feeble variable winds. So during this winter season, hot is the climate, or what is the weather experienced by North India? It is experienced by a clear sky. The sky is very clear because there is no cloud, no rain. The sky is very clear. And what else? The temperature is low. Naturally it is winter, the temperature is low. Then low humidity, so there is no chance of rain, therefore the humidity. And feeble variable winds, and there is small winds are there, small, feeble means not very strong, very weak wind, because of the high pressure, and so small wind is blowing, so that brings some relief to the people. And that also is variable means not same everywhere, sometimes it is strong, sometimes it is weak, sometimes not there, and so on. So variable winds are there. Then a characteristic feature of the cold weather season over the northern plains is the inflow of cyclonic disturbances from the west and the northwest. So during this winter season, there is a chance of cyclonic disturbances. In the previous classes we learned the wind that is causing cyclonic disturbances, the westerly wind and the easterly winds. So because of this wind, sometimes the cyclone effects are coming to this India and the west and the northwest. And these low pressure systems originate over the Mediterranean Sea and Western Asia and move into India. So these low pressure systems, this westerly wind and the easterly wind, they are very low pressure system, and they originate in the Mediterranean Sea. And what happens? Then over the Western Asia and then move into India. So it is originating the Mediterranean area, then it is moving towards the Western Asia, then finally it reaches India. Along with the westerly flow, along with this westerly flow, westerly wind, it will be blowing. And they cause the much needed winter rains over the plains and snowfall in the mountains. So this wind that is causing this cyclonic wind that is causing rain during this winter. So people, especially the farmers who are cultivated, they are waiting for this water, waiting for this rain. Though it is cyclonic rain, it is some places it may be causing lot of damages, but mostly it is bringing a relief to the farmers, bringing rain to their cultivation. And although the total amount of winter rainfall locally known as Mahaval is small, they are of immense importance for the cultivation of rabi crops. Rabi crops are the crops cultivated during the winter season. So this rainfall, that is not very regular, but the amount of rain also may not be much, but still, even if it is a small rain, it is bringing a lot of benefit to the farmers, people who are cultivating in this winter rabi crops. So this rain, this winter rain has got a name. What is it? Mahaval. It is called Mahaval. And that is a very great relief to the farmers who are doing this cultivation. And the peninsular region does not have a well-defined cold season. So long we are talking about the northern part of India. But when you come to peninsular region or the southern part of India, we can say there is no well defined climate called climate. And there is hardly any noticeable seasonal change in temperature pattern during winters due to the moderating influence of the sea. Since this southern peninsula is closer to the sea, both sides there is sea, one side is Arabian Sea and other side is Bay of Bengal, and therefore they experience the presence of this sea water, and there is hardly any change in temperature. Although in summer or winter the temperature is more or less same, there is no much difference, but in north it is completely different. The temperature becomes even very low, 10 degree, 15 degree, or it comes even to minus degree. But they receive a rainfall which is very helpful for the farmers who are doing this rabi cropping. So that is about the winter season. Now let us see about the second season, that is the hot season or hot weather season or summer season. Summer season in our country, let's say how is it helping the people or how is it affecting the lives of the people. So due to the apparent northward movement of the sun, so the season is changing and the earth is rotating, and therefore we find sun towards the northern side. And the global heat belt shifts northwards. So because of this revolving of the earth, the heat wave is changing towards north. And as such, from March to May, it is hot weather season in India. So hot weather season is from March to May. So from March to May in India we experience hot weather season. And the influence of the shifting of the heat belt can be seen clearly from temperature recordings taken during March-May at different latitudes. So at different latitudes of the position of India, we can see the temperature, there is a lot of differences there. In March, the highest temperature is about 38 degrees Celsius recorded on the Deccan Plateau. So if you go to Deccan Plateau area, the temperature, the highest temperature in March is 38 degrees Celsius. Then in April, temperatures in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh are around 42 degrees Celsius. So if you go to the next month towards Madhya Pradesh or Gujarat, then what happens? The temperature is still rising. It reaches 42 degrees Celsius. In May, temperature reaches 45 degrees Celsius is common in the northwestern parts of the country. So towards northwestern parts of the country, the temperature becomes 45 degrees Celsius. And in peninsular India, temperatures remain lower due to the moderating influence of the oceans. But in the southern part or in the peninsular region, the temperature does not rise very high because of the presence of the sea. The sea is helping to cool down the land. The wind that is blowing from the sea is bringing a lot of relief and keeping the temperature low. So always the northern parts or the west and the east are affected in different seasons. Winter means they experience severe winter. Summer means they experience severe heat, severe hot weather and so on. Then the summer months experience rising temperature and falling air pressure in the northern part of the country. So in the northern part of the country during this summer season, what do they experience? They experience rising temperature. The temperature is rising, then suddenly they see the air pressure is falling. And towards the end of May, in the elongated low pressure area, elongated means longer, the low pressure area develops in the region extending from Thar Desert to the northwest to Patna and Chota Nagpur Plateau in the east and the southeast. So in the month of May, what happens in the northern part of India? There is an elongated low pressure area. So there is a large low pressure area that is elongated. and it is developed in that region from starting from Thar Desert and going up to Patna and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Then circulation of air begins to set in around this trough. So because of this low air pressure is created in such a long area starting from Patna to Chota Nagpur and Thar and so on. So in that area air starts moving. Air movement starts because of the difference in air pressure. So air always moves from high pressure places to low pressure place. Then circulation of air begins to set in around this trough. This trough means this narrow line. And a striking feature of the hot weather season is the low. So during this hot season there is something called low. What is low? We'll see, it's a wind. These are strong, gusty, hot, dry winds blowing during the day over the north and the northwestern India. So you can underline what is low. Low is a wind. What kind of wind? Strong, gusty, hot, dry wind. So it is a speciality of. So this low is a wind. And what is the speciality of this low? It is very strong, gusty, hot, dry wind blowing during the day over the north and northwestern India. So this wind called low, it is blowing over the North India and northwestern India, and it is very strong wind, and it is also very hot wind, warm wind, and it is dry. It does not have any moisture, and therefore it is, you can imagine, it does not do much good to the people. It does not bring much relief to the people because it is a warm air, warm current. And sometimes they even continue until late in the evening. So during the day it starts, and late in the evening also this wind is blowing on that. So all day it will be strong wind will be blowing. And direct exposure to these winds may even prove to be fatal. So since it's a very strong wind, and if you directly stand in the wind for a long time, then it can be fatal. You can get sick, and this wind is that dangerous. And dust storms are very common during the month of May in northern India. So northern India during the month of May, that is the dry season, summer, just before the rain, it is very dusty, and this wind also is coming, the wind low also is coming, and it is all the more dusty. All around surroundings will be dusty for the people. It is difficult to get clean air. It all will be dust will be flying around. Then these storms bring temporary relief as they lower the temperature and may bring light rain and cool breeze. So sometimes this wind is bringing a little rain. That way it is bringing little relief to the people. If it is bringing rain sometimes. And sometimes it is so hot, and though this wind is warm wind, warm current, it is reducing the temperature a little bit. It does not bring much relief, but at least some relief it brings in the forms of bringing down the temperature and also giving a small drizzling. And if it is a small rain, that means it is nice, all the dust will be settled down and people will be able to breathe clean air. So that way few benefits are also there. And this is also the season for localized thunderstorms associated with violent winds. So during this season, that is the month of May, there is also used to be localized thunderstorms. That means not throughout the area, but certain locals there will be thunderstorms will be there. Then associated with violent winds. So this low is also already very strong, and together with these thunderstorms there will be violent wind. Torrential downpours, continuous downpours will be there sometimes. Then often accompanied by hail, and there will be hailstone falling. So that is a specialty of this season during March to May. Then in West Bengal, these stones are known as Kal Baisakhi. So normally it is known as Lu. But in West Bengal it is known as, what is it known as? What Baisakhi? Kal Baisakhi. It is known as Kal Baisakhi in West Bengal. So remember the difference. It is the same stone. When it is in the hillside, North India, it is known as Lu. That is a normal general name. But when this wind reaches in West Bengal, the people of West Bengal call it what Baisakhi? Kal Baisakhi. Then towards the close of the summer season, pre-monsoon showers are common, especially in Kerala and Karnataka. So towards the close of the summer season, pre-monsoon showers are common, especially in Kerala and Karnataka. Usually the monsoon starts with the month of June, but there used to be some rain. That's called pre-monsoon. Before the monsoon season comes, maybe in the month of April, May, there used to be few showers. That is especially available in Karnataka and Kerala. And they help in the early ripening of mangoes. So this early rain is helping for the mango to get ripened faster. So in the south, the trees are flowering faster. The jackfruits, the mangoes, the other trees, they all start flowering early. So when they get this rain, so maybe month of March it starts flowering. And when they get rain in the month of April, May, this rain will help these fruits to get mature faster and get ripened faster. Here in Northeast, because of the different climate, the trees are flowering late. But there it is hot climate, therefore the trees are flowering faster. So this rain is very useful for the farmers in Kerala and Karnataka. The fruits get ripened faster. Then they help in the early ripening of mangoes and are often referred to as mango showers. So since it is mainly helpful for ripening of the mangoes, the farmers call it by a name, mango showers. So when this early rain, monsoon rain comes, it is helpful for the farmers, especially those who are growing mangoes. So the mango farmers will be very happy and they call this rain by mango showers. So sometimes they may ask you the question, why do the farmers of Kerala and Karnataka call the pre-monsoon rain mango showers? What is the answer? Because these rains are helpful for early ripening of the mangoes. So since it is very helpful for ripening the mangoes, particularly in the case of mangoes, they call this rain by mango showers. So different place it is called by different names. So in Kerala and Karnataka, it is associated with the ripening of the mangoes, therefore it is known as mango showers. In some other areas it is known by different names and so on. So that is about the second season. So that is the summer season starting from March to May. Now let us go to the next season that we shall study in the next class. So see you soon in the next day. Okay, bye.